So I'm not the easiest individual to get along with. I have a lot of trauma. I have past things that have taken place that I don't speak about because I don't want to speak about some of the pain and some of the struggles that I've had to deal with. And when my granny passed a couple of years back, that really changed something in me, and it struck a chord, and it brought me down to where I could have gone back into my past actions, and I could have gone back down a road that I really didn't want to go back down. And I was starting to have an identity crisis. I was starting to lose place of who I was, where I come from, why I be the way I am, and think the way I think, and feel the way I feel. And I was just getting so lost. And I got out of it. I snapped out of it. And here, about 4 months ago, I started digging down my family history. And because I've always felt out of place by my birth parents. I've never felt placed in a good placement because my mind, the things that I think about, the things that I'm willing to speak about, and how I view things, it wasn't like how my mom or my dad or anyone in my family would think. The only one that actually I felt the most related to when it came to anything of thought process wise was my grandmother, my mom's mom. And so I always held on to my mom's mom, and that ended badly because our last encounter, she pointed a gun in my face and was screaming and yelling like, "Get out of my life, get out of my house, I never want to see you again." And that was a person that I cherished very hard. And I had just had my first child when this happened. So there was a lot that was going on. And then about 4 months ago, I locked in a documentary interview. And I started working on the interview, and I started working on the footage. And it made me get this urge to want to go look up a name that I knew I have relation to. And now I know the full-on relation of what I have with this individual. And it's definitely opened up my world, and it's opened up my eyes, and it's showing me things that I did not know. There was a lot of things I don't know, and there's things I still don't know. Like, I'm looking at 250 years of family history, and I'm trying to uncover it all in 2 months. That's so difficult. That's so overwhelming. And you want to talk about having an identity crisis? Shit. It does give you an identity crisis, especially with some of the things that have happened within some of the names of your families that have done things. And some family, they idolize people. Sometimes it's not the best people. I don't know, just trying to figure out everything. But I'm definitely learning my identity now and where my stand is, and it's all a part of the healing process. So I don't know if this makes sense for anybody, but if this makes sense for you, then I'm so glad. But I just had to say what was going on in my chest and just rock it out that way. So thank you for listening, and have a happy Tuesday.